조금 바쁘긴 하지만 마음이 좀 급하긴 하지만 학교 수업을 빨리 가야 되기 때문에 그래도 차분하게 루틴을 맞춰보도록 하겠습니다. 책은 The One Thing이고요. 이게 지금 원서고 어제 좀 읽다가 뭐였는데 오케이. Renewable Energy Willpower has a limited battery life. 오케이. 한번 여기 한번 읽어볼게요. Willpower에 관한 거고 Food for thought. 오케이. Think of it like the power bar on your cell phone. Every morning you start out full charge. As the day goes on, every time you draw on it, you're using it up. I think Balance Life 어제 읽어서 참 많이 읽었군요. 어제. 오케이. Balance Life. Balance Life도 한번 복습해볼까요? Big Ideas. Think about two balance buckets. Separate your work life and personal life into two distinct buckets. Not to compartmentalize them, just for the counterbalancing. Each has its own counterbalancing goals and approaches. Counterbalance your work bucket. View work as involving a skill or a knowledge that must be mastered. This will cause you to give disproportionate time you're wanting and the will through the rest of your workday, week, month, and year continually out of balance. Your work life is divided into two distinct areas. What matters most and everything else. You will have to take what matters to the extremes and to be okay with what happens to the rest. Professional success requires that. Counterbalance your personal life bucket. Acknowledge that your life actually has multiple areas that each requires a minimum of attention for you. Oh my god, it's kind of hard for me to read. I don't know. Okay, to feel that you have a life, job, anyway, and you will feel the effects. This requires a constant awareness. You must never go too long or too far without counterbalancing them so that they are all active areas of your life. Your personal life requires it. Okay, big is bad. Big is bad. Okay, overwhelming. The big bad wolf, big bad John. Okay, big opportunity is better than a small one, but a small problem is better than a big one. Sometimes you want the biggest present under the tree, and sometimes you want the smallest. Often big that or big cries just in what you need, and every soft and small choco. And a few tears will do the trick. Big and bad are no more tied together than small and good. Biggest bad is lie. It's quite possible the worst lie of all. But if you fear big success, you will either avoid it and sabotage your efforts to achieve it. Okay. Who's afraid of the big bad thing? Okay. Flat, wrong. Okay. Place being results in the same room and a lot of people back and work. Means a big achievement and that their first thoughts are hard, complicated and time consuming. Difficult to get there and complex once you do pretty much sums up what it feels. Overwhelming and intimidating is what they feel. For some reason, there is the fear. The big success brings crushing pressure and stress. That the pursuit of a robs of the not only time with family and friends, but eventually their health. Uncertain of the right to achieve it, or fearful of what might happen if they try and fall short. Their head is spinning just in thinking about it, and they immediately that they have the head for heights. All of this reinforces the disease with the very idea of being. To invent a word, call it megaphobia, the irrational fear of big. When you connect to big with bad, we trigger shrinking thinking. Letting our trajectory feel safe. Staying where we are feel prudent. But the opposite is true. When big is believed to be bad, small thinking rules in the day, and the big never see the right of it. I don't think. Okay, I'm going to read the big ideas. Think big. Avoid incremental thinking. Just simply ask, what do I do next? This is best. The slow leads to success, and at worst, the off-ramp. Ask bigger questions. A good rule of thumb is to double down everywhere in your life. If your goal is 10, ask the question, how can I reach 20? Set a goal so far above what you want that you will be building a plan that practically guarantees your original goal. Don't order from the menu. Apple celebrated 1970, allied to the Einstein, Hitchcock, Picasso, Gandhi, and others who saw things differently, and who went on to transform the world we know. The point was that they didn't choose from availability of options. They imagined outcomes that no one else had. They ignored the menu and ordered their own creations. As the air reminds us, people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the only ones who do. Act bold. Big doesn't go nowhere without bold action. Once you've asked a big question, pause to imagine what life looks like with the answer. If you still can't imagine it, go study people who have already achieved it. What are the models, systems, habits, and relationships of other people who have found the answer? As much as they would like to believe they're all different, what consistently works for others will almost always work for us. Don't fear failure. It's as much as part of your journey to extraordinary results as a success. Adopt growth mindset, yes, and don't be afraid of where it can take you. Extraordinary results aren't built solely on extraordinary results. They are built on failure too. In fact, it would be accurate to say that we fail our way to success. When we fail, we stop, ask what we need to do to succeed. Learn from our mistakes and grow. Don't be afraid to fail. See it as part of your learning process and keep striving for your true potential. The truth, the simple path to productivity. Unclenched. Okay, I also begin to think you have to talk like a success, walk like a success. Ooh. And even dress for success. It wasn't me, but I was open anyway to make things work. So I took seriously the suggestion that you're supposed to project the way you want to be. The approach worked as well, but after a while, I simply got tired of playing success. Okay. I bought into getting up before the crack of dawn, getting ripped at playing inspiration, theme songs, and getting going before anyone else. In fact, I became full of this thinking that would drive the office, while the rest of the city slept, and that crushed my destiny just to make sure that I beat everyone else to work. Okay, I was truly beginning to think the secret to success was to getting as tightly wound up as much as possible each morning and set myself on fire, and then open the door and fly through the day winding on the world until I literally burnt out. And what I did all of this give me, I got me success and it got me sick. Eventually it got me sick of success. Okay, it got me sick of success. So what did I do? I ditched the lies and I went in the opposite direction. I joined Overachievers Anonymous and I went anti-establishment on all the success and tactics that supposedly build success. I'm sorry, I just got upset. My tongue and my mouth still need to warm up. That's why it's kind of hard for me to speak and pronounce as well. But that's okay. It is what it is. Okay, so first up, I got unclenched. I actually started listening to my body, slow down, and chilled out. Wow, I love it. Next, I started learning teachers and just do work, and I defied anyone to make a comment. I dropped the language and attitude, and I went back to just being me. I had breakfast with my family. I got in shape physically and spiritually, and I stayed there. And last, I started doing less. Yes, less. Intentionally, purposefully less. I was looser than ever. We laid back for me, and the breathing. I challenged the MCMs of success, and guess what? I became more successful than I ever dreamed possible, and felt better than I've ever felt in my life. Wow, this is all for lesson actually. So here's what I found out. We overthink, overplan, and overanalyze our careers, our businesses, and our lives. The long hours are neither virtuous nor healthy, and that we usually succeed in the spirit of most of what we did. Not because of it, I discovered that we can't manage time, and that the key to success isn't in all things we do, but in the handful of things we do well. Okay, I learned that success comes down to this: being appropriate in the moments of your life, and moderation always. If you can honestly say, this is where I meant to be right now, doing exactly what I'm doing, then all the amazing possibilities for your life become possible. Most of all, I learned that the one thing is a surprising, simple truth behind the extraordinary result. 맞아요, that's true. Okay, I just read it once again. I was truly beginning to think the secret to success was get as tightly wound the best possible each morning, set my stuff on fire, and then open the door and fly through the day. I wandered on the world until I literally burnt out. And what did all of this give me? It got me success, and it got me sick. Eventually, it got me sick of success. So what did I do? I ditched the lies and went in the opposite direction. I joined the Overachievers Anonymous, and I went anti-establishment on all successes tactics that supposedly build success. First of all, I got unclenched. I actually started listening to my body, slowed down, and chilled out. Next, I started wearing t-shirts and jeans to work, and I defied anyone to make a comment. I dropped the language and an attitude, and I went back to just being me. I had breakfast with my family. I got a shave physically and spiritually, and I stayed there. And last, I started doing less. Yes, less. Intentionally, purposefully less. I was looser than ever. Well laid back for me, and breathing. I challenged the anxious of success, and guess what? I became more successful than I ever dreamed possible, and I felt better than I never felt in my life. Here's what I found out. We overthink, overplan, and overenergize our careers, our businesses, and our lives. That long hours and a night of virtuous nor healthy, and that we usually succeed in spite of most of what we do, not because of it. I discovered that we can't manage time, and that the key to success isn't in all things we do, but in the handful of things we do well. I learned that success comes down to this: being appropriate in the moments of your life. If you can honestly say, "This is where I'm meant to be right now, doing exactly what I'm doing," then all the amazing possibilities for your life will become possible. Most of all, I learned that the one thing is surprisingly simple truth behind extraordinary results. The focusing question, yeah. The secret of getting ahead and getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks and then starting on the first one. Yeah, so how do you know what the first one should be? The focusing question. Did you notice that most of these great men consider their advice a secret? Life a question. You may be asking, why focus on a question when what we really crave is the answer? It's simple. Answers come from questions, and the quality of any answer is directly determined by quality of question. Ask the wrong question, get the wrong answer. Ask the right question, get the right answer. Ask the most powerful question possible, and the answer can be life altering. I first became aware of the power of question as a young man. Okay. How we phrase a question we ask ourselves will determine the answers that eventually become our life. Anyone who dreams of uncommon life eventually discovers there is no choice but to seek an uncommon approach to living it. The focusing question is that uncommon approach. In a world of no instruments, it becomes a simple formula for finding exceptional answers that lead to extraordinary results. The focusing question is so deceptively simple that its part is easily dismissed by anyone who doesn't closely examine it, but there would be a mistake. The focusing question leads you to answer not only big picture questions, where am I going? What target should I aim for? But also small pockets in one says what must I do right now to be the path to getting the big picture? Where is the inner voice, I? It tells you not only what your basket should be, but also the first step toward getting it. It shows you how big your life can be, and not just how small you must go there, get there. It's supposed to map out the big picture, and it compares for the smallest next move. Extraordinary results are really happenstance. They come first in choices we make and actions we take. The focusing question always aims you at the absolute best of both by focusing you to do what is essential to success. Make a decision, but not just any decision. It drives you make the best decision. It ignores what is doable and drills it down to what is necessary to what matters. It leads you to the first domino. To stand on one trail of best possible that day, month, year, or career, you must keep asking the focusing question. Ask it again and again, and it forces you to line up tasks in their levered order of importance. Then, each time you ask it, you see your next priority. The power of this approach is that you're setting yourself to accomplish one task on top of another. When you do the right task first, you also build the right mindset first, the right skill first, and the right relationship first. Powered by the focusing question, your actions become a natural progression of building one right thing on top of the previous right thing. When this happens, your projects experience the power of the mirror effect. Anatomy of the question. The focusing question collapses all past questions into one. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or necessary? This is first focused question, a focused action. What's the one thing? Tells the answer will be the one thing versus many. It forces you toward something specific. It tells you right up front that, although you may consider many options, you need to take this seriously because you don't get 2, 3, 4 or more. You can hatch your bet. You're allowed to pick one thing and the one thing only. The last phrase can do is embody the comment directing you to take action that is possible. People often want to change this and should do, could do, or would do. But those choices is a miss point. There are many things which you could or would do but never do. Action, you can do business intention every day. Part 2, such that by doing it, it tells you that there is a creation criterion your answer must meet. It's the bridge between just doing something and doing something for a specific purpose, such that by doing it, lets you know you are going to have the addictive. Because when you do this one thing, something else is going to happen. Part 3. Okay, great questions are the path to great answer. The focusing question is a great answer designed to find a great answer. It will help you to find the first domino for your job, your business, or any other area in which you want to achieve extraordinary results. The focusing question is a double duty question. It comes in two forms, big picture and small focus. One is about finding the right direction in life, and the other is something finding the right action. The big picture question, what's my one thing? You need to develop You need to develop a vision for your life and a direction for your career or company. It is your strategy compass. It also was when considering when you want to master how you want to give others in your community and how you want to be remembered. It keeps your relationships with family, friends, and colleagues in perspective, and your daily actions on track. The small focus question, what's my one thing right now? Use this when you first wake up and throughout the day. It keeps you focused on your most important work, and whenever you need it, helps you find deliberate action or first domino in any activity. The small focus question compares you for the most productive work week possible. It's effective in your personal life too, keeping you attentive to your most important immediate needs, as well as in those of the most important people in your life. Extraordinary results come from asking the focusing question. It's how you will plot your course through life and the businesses, and how you make the best progress on most important work. Whether you seek answer big or small, asking the focusing question is the ultimate success habit of your life. Okay, success is a habit. You know about habits? They can hard to break and hard to create. But we are unknowingly acquiring new ones and all the time. When you start and continue way of thinking or the way of acting over a long enough period, we've created new habit. The choice we face is whether or not we want to form habits that gets us what we want from life. If we do, then the focus question is most powerful success habit we can have. Success is simple. Do what's right. Do what's right way. At the right time. Okay.